As you know, I'm a wino. I mean, I enjoy wine. So I serve wine. However, people like to have cocktails sometimes. The problem with cocktails is that it takes you away from what you're doing in the kitchen. So you either have to have somebody who is doing your cocktails for you, or you have to do batch cocktails. So we're going to talk about batch martinis. Now, any drink that doesn't have fruit juice, you can do this with. Martini. Manhattan doesn't have juice, I don't know. Anything that doesn't have juice, you can mix it in advance and just pour them out at will. So let's make some martinis with Tito's vodka. Made in America. Something I find bizarre is that Americans like to have a drink called chilled vodka in a glass, and they call it a martini. A martini is a cocktail. It has other ingredients besides cold vodka. If you just want chilled vodka in a 10-ounce glass, just ask for that. But martini has vermouth. Now this is Noilly Prat, that's how you say it. Noilly Prat makes vermouth. I happen to love vermouth. I'm one of the last remaining human beings who actually drinks vermouth on the rocks. Just a little vermouth, as Paul's grandmother would say. For the toothache. This is 10 years from the grape to the bottle, let alone how long it rests in the bottle. They're an amazing company. You should look them up. There's a great documentary about them. I love vermouth. So you want to dry vermouth and your Tito's. Now, it's really 2.5 to 1. So we're going to guesstimate this, and we're going to do it by taste, all right? So we're just going to pour a little vodka in here. Oh dear, my crew is going to be a disaster. Okay. Oh, you know what happened when I was a little kid once? You know, a fifth is a regular sized bottle. We had a contest, because kids are idiots, to who could drink the entire bottle, the entire fifth. And this guy called Rob something drank the entire bottle. And he won something like $700 from everybody pooling in money. And then he went around the corner and threw it up. It's like so obvious that's what you would do. I thought it was magical that he did it. Anyway, that story has no point. Here you go. So I have this much vodka. Now I left space in case I mess it up. You know how James Bond says, shaken, not stirred? That's because of martini is always stirred because it has no juice. He's specifying he wants his martini different. A lot of people like shaken because it has those beautiful shards of ice in it. It's delicious. I'm just going to stir this. It's totally delicious. I'm going to put a little more of this in. Now, how many martinis is that? It's a lot. I'm chilling my glasses before the party. Okay. This shape, that's ice. This shape is called a Nick and Nora. Buy these. They're so cute, and they're very retro sort of glass to serve a martini in. I'm just trying this now. See how it's colored by the vermouth? That's a martini. Now, look what you have. You have champagne, you have wine for the winos, and then you have a batch martini. You can even leave it like that, sort of cute. Then when you take it out of the fridge, you go like this and you pour them their drink. I'm gonna actually chill this for a little bit and we'll come back to serving these. You also might wanna bring out the peanuts while your guests are coming in. You can serve dry roasted salted peanuts. You can go back to any of our appetizer episodes and pick something out. Salty peanuts are, I'm sure you guys know this, are good if people are drinking. It's a lovely combo of the warmth of the alcohol and the salty, salty peanuts. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just have a little tasty poo. And you can use, of course, twist, which are hard to do, but you can figure it out. They're hard. Olive. Spicy olive, slice of jalapeno. Really, you can put anything in here you want. So I'm gonna try this. See how it's pale, pale, beautiful color? That's a martini. It's delicious. It's totally delicious. Here, try that, Nikki. It's a little warm, but that's the correct ratio.
Oh yeah.
Taste the smoothness of the vermouth.
It's better than the way I made it.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, I'm gonna chill this and we'll come back to service in a little bit. Let's try and make a weirdo cocktail, okay? I love James Bond. I'm not a James Bond freak at all, but I love a good James Bond movie. I like Sean Connery and Daniel Craig. I mean, come on. So we're gonna make a James Bond drink. The martini is, of course, made famous by James Bond. The vodka martini was made famous by him. Well, I guess the historical martini is gin. But anyway, James Bond in Casino Royale, Lynn wrote this down, I can't believe this, in 1953, like I could have pretended like I knew that, but Lynn wrote it down. The 1953 Casino Royale, he orders a drink named after his nemesis, Vesper. You remember Vesper? So the drink he orders is gin, vodka, and Lillet. Now this is not Lillet, it's gorgeous though, but any sort of light colored Amaro. Let's try to do this. It's apparently 3 parts gin, so we're gonna try to do this, and we're gonna taste it. We're gonna do a taste test, everybody, okay? 1. Parts just means amount. Oh, sorry. So when you're looking at a recipe and it says 3 parts to 2 parts, and you're like, what's a part? What's a part? Well, a part just means whatever you're using to measure. 2 of those to 1 of this. That's all that means. 3 parts gin. The problem with gin, when I was a little kid, I had a dirty book. Boys don't know what dirty books are because they only look at dirty pictures, okay? But girls look at dirty books. So I had this dirty book called Blue Skies, No Candy. And it drove me nuts, this book, when I was probably 13. And they drank gin in the book. So I said, when I'm allowed to drink, I'm only going to drink gin and tonic, right? And I realized after a short time, first of all, I can't tolerate it. It's too high alcohol. And number 2, gin makes you crazy. But anyway, the character in Blue Skies, No Candy, oh my God. Has anybody else in planet internet ever read this book, Blue Skies, No Candy? It was fabulous. So it's 3 parts gin to 1 part vodka. It seems like a very bizarre drink to me. And then a little bit of this, right? Half a part. So, I don't know, it might be delicious. You never know. This is the kind of thing you don't want to do when your guests are here, right? You don't want to be doing like, just a minute. Oh, this duck is burning. You know, like you don't want to be doing that. I don't know if he wants it this color, but I know Lillet is this color, so it must be right. I'm going to do something slightly sinful so that we can try it at its correct temperature. I'm actually going to stir it with a little bit of ice, which you're not supposed to do unless it's in a shaker, but I'm just going to do it real quick so we can chill it. The Vesper, isn't that chic? But let's see if it's good. The Vesper, oh, it's a pretty color. Guys, look at that. So I'm going to try this. I'm not a gin fan because it makes me crazy, even though they did drink it in Blue Skies, No Candy. This is an extraordinary drink. Hightow, I want to talk to you about Hightow. Our second camera, Hightow, got a movie in major festivals where he was nominated for a Golden Lion or whatever it is. That's Berlin, but whatever it is, Golden Horse or Golden Horse. This is a guy that we hang out with. So anyway, this is for Hightow. I usually hand it to Hightow, but I'm going to hand it to Brian, who's second camera, because Hightow's so busy being here, so busy being in the movies. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a weird drink.
It's good. It's good.
All right, so Vesper is a fun thing to fool around with. I think the color is gorgeous. So that's a fun thing to do in your free time. It's just little special things. If somebody comes to your party and you say, I have red wine, white wine, champagne, and Vespers. And they say, oh, what's a Vesper? And you say, oh, it's from 1953. You know, that's a beautiful sort of entertaining conversation starter. And that's part of sort of having an amusing, fun, interesting time with people, some strangers, some people you know. Have a Vesper. What's a Vesper? Oh, it's a James Bond. You know, things like that. You can have fun, and they can have fun, and that's what it's all about, is entertaining and having people in your home. Please do it. Please invite your friends over. I like Sean Connery and Daniel Craig. I mean, come on.